I did my cousin's makeup the other day. This is actually her comment, so let's talk about the products I use on her. First off, on her eyes, I use the Hourglass concealer to prep her eyes for eyeshadow. That's what I use as like an eyeshadow base. It was her color, so I don't know what it is, but it was the Hourglass Vanish concealer like this. Concealer on her eye, I just use this Refer B01 brush, which I also don't think they sell this anymore, but it's just a very dense little brush that's good for creams. So I went in with this Rose & Ben E29 brush in the Makeup by Mario palette. I went in with the Makeup by Mario Thorough Ice palette. I went in with this shade right here, which I believe is EE3. I went in with this Refer #1 brush with a brown Mauve Beauty little single shadow. I don't know what the color is, but it's a single brown Mauve Beauty one. I use this Singe Beauty EO2 brush with the darker shade just to deepen her outer corner a little bit. Lastly, with the Laura Lee L39 brush, I went in with this shimmer shade and this shimmer shade. I just patted them on her eye, also using NYX glitter glue. For face, we use 3 products. So we use the Secure the Sweat by One Size right here, and then on her upper lip, and then we use the Secure the Blur right here on the sides of her nose, and then we use the NYX, the face glue, everywhere else as the all over primer. With her Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk foundation, I use this Refer B04 brush to blend it out on her. I did also go in with a sponge afterwards just to make sure everything was good. Patrick Ta Bronzer Contour Duos, I went in with the contour side. This is the shade She's Bronze, and I went with this BK Beauty 109 brush on the perimeters of her face to contour her up a little bit, but it is a little bit more bronzy tone. It's a nice shade for her. A little bit of the Say Dew Bronze in the shade Stinson only on her cheeks as bronzer, just a little bit with the same brush. For blush, we used the Painted Powder Duo in Girly Pop, and it was this brush right here. This is the Laura Lee L24. I don't think they sell this anymore, but it's a Kitten Paw style brush once again. For her concealer, I used the Natasha Denona High Glam Concealer in the shade N9 and the Haus Labs concealer in the shade 32 Medium Golden. I used the Natasha Denona more here in the inner part, and then the Haus Labs on the outer. That was blended out with the BK Beauty A506 brush. We set under her eye, which we used the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish Powder. We put that on that Rare Beauty powder puff that's kind of like a diamond shape that's maroony. We use that powder puff with that powder on her under eyes. And then for her all over set, we use the Huda Beauty translucent powder, the original, the one that has the fragrance, and I use this Sculpt brush. This is the #1. I don't think you can purchase this anymore, but it's this bigger powder brush. This was a collaboration with Ash K. Holmes, which is a celebrity makeup artist, and Spectrum Collections, which is a brush brand. Very, very nice brush. It's kind of sad that I don't think they sell them anymore. Luckily, I have 2 sets. But I use this brush on her. It looks so nice, right? Outer bronzer, I use this, which is also from that Sculpt collection. This is the #5 brush, but basically just an angled brush. It's just what I had to kind of get like a little bit more precision. I don't want to make her too bronzy. She was actually gonna have to live in and use this, and I knew we were gonna be outside, so I didn't want her to like look crazy in sunlight. The bronzer I used on her was just the bronzer from the Patrick Ta Duo. Blush I used on her was from this painted blush in Girly Pop. Morphe Ariel A22 brush for her blush. For her nose contour, I use this Translucid B102 brush. I don't believe this brand exists anymore, or it's rebranding, one of the two, but it's basically just a little angled brush. It's like a brownier lip. The Sculpt #19 brush, flat little brush right here, and I put the lip gloss on this. For her lip gloss, we used the Haus Labs PhD Lip Glaze in the shade Guava. Use the One Size setting spray to set her face. I used this Painted J14 brush for her highlighter, and it was the Rare Beauty highlighters. But yeah, those are all the products and brushes that I used on her. I wish I recorded. Maybe next time I have to record. But yeah, bye.